starting off with a question. What is the biggest, most powerful mammal that currently walks the face of the earth?
The elephant.
The elephant. Can anybody tell me some of the magnificent things that the elephant can do with its power?
Trample a village.
Trample a village.
Carry a 1,000-pound log.
Carry 1,000-pound logs. Anything else?
Crush a car.
Crush a car.
Scare.
Exactly.
Scare mice.
Scare mice. Now, it's interesting, if you go in any village in Southeast Asia, you walk in little cafes, you'll see elephant trainers sipping on their coffee, while these massive, powerful creatures are outside the cafe, tied with a little string around their foot, tied to a little sapling. They won't even try with their powerful bodies to pull away from the sapling. You see, the reason is, when they were just little itty-bitty 250-pound babies, their trainers tied them with a chain to a very strong post set in concrete. And the little baby elephants tried to pull away. They tried to pull away. But of course, they could not get away. So as they grew from 250 pounds to 500 pounds to 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 pounds and bigger, they had it locked in their brain that they could not pull away from the tree. Even though they could pull that stake out of the ground in an instant, they're held captive by their limiting beliefs. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, I'm here to tell you about a recent event that I went to in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within event. And the whole premise of this event was to help event attendees discover what some of their limiting beliefs were. And also, he would teach us all during the course of this event how to break through those limiting beliefs and how to open our eyes to what would be possible for us. Now, when I first arrived at the event, I was talking to a young lady, and she goes, "You know, Ed, we're going to be walking over 2,000-degree hot coals tonight." And I said, "Excuse me, what are you going to be doing tonight?" You see, I had a myriad of reasons why I wasn't going to walk over hot coals. A, I don't want to burn my feet. B, it's going to be very painful. C, I can see the ashes and the smoke and the fire. I just had a lot of fear over that. There's no way I was going to do it. Now, if Tony Robbins was to come up to me and say, "Ed, walk across that fire," I would say, "Screw that." Absolutely not. But you see, Tony Robbins is a coach, and he knows that if he asks me to do something this big, I'm probably not going to do it. He knows to get you to do the great big things, you got to start off small. Everybody get to your feet. Come on, get up, everybody. Act like you're alive. I know you ate prime rib and chocolate cake and a couple of espressos. You're a little bit lethargic. What you need to do is you need to shake it out a little bit. Move around. Oh, yeah. Get that blood pumping. I know it's all down in your belly trying to digest that food, but let's get it going. All right. Now that you're up and awake, what I want you to do is find a partner. You guys work just fine. Everybody find a partner. Find a partner. Now what I want you to do, I want you to get a very serious look on your face. Look at your partner. Make a point with your index finger. Point directly into their face. Go ahead, you can do it. And on the count of 3, I want you to say, "I own you." 1, 2, 3. I own you. All right. That was excellent. Stay standing, everybody. That was excellent. But you know what? Tony Robbins says excellence sucks. If you're excellent, you only get good results. If you want excellent results, you need to be outstanding. So now, let's be outstanding. On the count of 3, I want you to scream it. I own you. 1, 2, 3. I own you! See, that was outstanding. Now, one more thing. You all did such a great job. I want you to turn to your partner, and I want you to give him a hug. And I'm talking about a 5-second hug. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Most of you did an outstanding job.
You did a great job.
Now you see, for many of you, that took you a little bit out of your comfort zone. I personally wouldn't have done it. But when you get people to come a little bit out of their comfort zone, you get them to stretch. You get them to grow. And over the course of the 12 hours preceding the firewalk, we went through 20 or 30 events like this. We never really knew that we were being conditioned, but we were. So then, at almost midnight, when we were getting ready for the firewalk, we lined up in front of the 15 feet of hot coals. Now, some of the things he taught us during the day was that you need to use empowering self-talk. I'm going to give you an example first of some limiting self-talk. Oh, that looks so hot. I'm going to burn my feet. There's no way I can do it. Not very empowering, is it? You need to learn to say things to yourself that are going to empower you and make it achievable. So you learn to say things like, yes, I can do it. I'm going to storm through it. I'm going to destroy these coals. No problem. We also learned that your physiology has a lot to do with your confidence. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. If somebody was timid, do you think the shoulders would be up high, or would they be slouching?
Slouching.
Timid person slouches. How about the person's breathing? If they were timid, would they be taking deep, full breaths or shallow breaths? And what about the look on their face? If they were timid, would they be smiling, looking confident, or would they maybe have a frown on their face?
Frown.
Okay, so let's test this out. I can do it. I can really do it. I can get to the other side. How do you think that's going to work out for you? Probably not good. But what you have to do is you have to square up your shoulders, size up the 15 feet of 2,000-degree hot coals. Take some deep breaths. And you don't want to be focusing on the journey. The journey is the hot coals that are probably going to burn the heck out of your feet. What you want to do is focus on the destination. You don't want to be doing this. I don't want to study. I'm trying to get my master's degree, but studying's going to be hard. I'm going to stay up late at night. Not good, folks. Or I want to have my own business, but it's going to be so much work and I'm going to take financial risk. Not good, folks. Don't focus so much on the journey, but focus on how good you're going to feel when you have financial independence. Focus on how confident you're going to become when you've reached that master's degree. Think of how good your feet are going to feel when you reach that cool moss on the other side. So I squared up my shoulders, took a deep breath, and I made my personal power move, which is another thing we learned at the event. My power move was this. Yes! Deep breath. And it's time to go. Cool moss, cool moss, cool moss, cool moss, cool moss, cool moss. Ow! I burned my feet. I still got the scars on my feet. But you know what? Now that I'm on this end of the journey, and I accomplished what I set out to do, I can tell you what, it feels fantastic. So now I want you to think of some people that have inspired you in your lives. Spiritually, financially, maybe athletically. Mother Teresa, Bill Gates, Lance Armstrong. What made these people achieve greatness? Was it because their genetic coding was so much different than yours? Or do you think maybe they had a different belief system? You see, great people don't let limiting beliefs hold them down. They find mentors, they find coaches. And when you crush those limiting beliefs, you can achieve greatness. I've heard it said that great mental torture would be if you could meet someday the person that you could have become if you would have applied yourself. So what you need to do is find a coach, read the books, take the classes, attend the seminars. You owe it to yourself. Each one of us has greatness within us. So we're going to try a couple things here. I want you to repeat after me. I can.
I can.
I can.
I can.
And the most important two words, I will.
I will.
Mr. Toastmaster.
We will immediately go to our next